Alright, what's going on everybody? Anime Rambo back with another episode. Today we will be discussing Kaiju number 8, chapter 59. What is going on? Well, if you remember where we left off from the last chapter, the big revelation from what we got is that one, Kaiju number 9 may have been around from the very start of this whole Kaiju emergence and been responsible for steadily improving and evolving Kaijus since the dawn of Kaijus, right? That's just speculation. What isn't speculation is that the Defense Force is looking to try to use wild cards in order to neutralize Kaiju number 9. The reason being is that because as these humanoid Kaijus absorb more and more humans, they also gain their knowledge. Because he gained the knowledge of the literal highest position that the Defense Force could possibly occupy, the Director General position, after absorbing Isayo, he's gained all of his knowledge. So now they're forced to use rookies, people who are not a part of the formation, people that the Director General have not met outside of Kikoru and Kafka. They plan to use them in order to help really solve this entire situation. So they grab Reno because he's shown the most progression out of all of the freshmen, at least in my opinion, and they plan to merge him, or try to get him to merge with the King of the Kaijus, Kaiju number 6. Now, we get this entire perspective from Jugo's point of view, but I do have to touch on the flashback that we saw at the very beginning, because we finally get a little bit more information surrounding the whole cataclysm of number 6 and what happened that day in Odawara when the 2nd Division inevitably had to go and try to take down Kaiju number 6. Now, on that day, right, this day is ingrained in everybody in Japan's memory, because rarely enough on that day of Kaiju number 6's attack, it was snowing, right? It doesn't snow there. I didn't know any of this about Japan, but apparently it's rare to snow, at least in that part, from what we've been told. This leads me to kind of believe that Kaiju number 6 has some sort of snow ability to him. We haven't seen any of that, but given the fact that they felt the need to tell us it's rare, I just felt like throwing that out there. So that's pretty much all we really get. We also learned that it was Defense Force Base 1 that came to help Defense Force Base 2 during this whole cataclysm with number 6, but it was too late. The live loss was extraordinary, and I'm assuming this is when Hikari went out. Kind of contradicts my initial thought process of Hikari being possessed by a kaiju, but I guess that's still on the table. It's possible that Jugo, not having been a part of this mission, he might have been left off of some information or not have been privy to some information. Nonetheless, Jugo is not for Reno taking on Kaiju number 6. Alright, he's not for trying to test Kaiju number 6 with Reno, because everybody who has tested with him has died. And we see that first and foremost because he tells Reno, look, straight up, I think you should decline this offer. And Reno, he takes a moment, he's like, nah, I'm gonna try this, because he thinks about it, right? Nobody's protecting Kafka. Who's going to be looking out for Kafka if nobody's on his level to even contend with him? You see what I'm saying? When shit gets rolling, no one's going to be able to stand beside him. So Reno, he takes it on himself, and he's like, oh no, I'm going to try this. And he gets suited up, he gets linked up to just the arms now. He's just using the arms, right? That's all he has at his disposal right now. They gear him up, they link him to the system, they synchronize everything, and then number 6 just appears. And Reno's like, damn, so this is what Kafka has to deal with each and every single time he lets Kaiju number 8 take over. Reno wasn't there for the moment that he actually lost control. I feel like if Reno actually saw Kafka lose control, he would have thought about this in a different way, but no, he takes it on. He blacks out. He pops up in the infirmary, and Jugo was like, you see what I'm talking about now? Like, this is not a playground, this is not a plaything. If you took this out into actual combat, you would have lost your life. And Jugo, like, even though he's a drunk and he drinks on command, he has a lot of wisdom to him, right? And I get, like, he's doubting Reno in this situation, and everybody should be like, oh, you should just believe in him. This is a man who has seen combat time and time again. He's a chronic drinker. Even if he did not see Cataclysm number 6, even if he never has seen Reno before, he's a captain, the 4th Division captain. If it goes in terms of power, he's the 4th strongest out of everybody. You know he has a numbered weapon on his hand, and it's possible that he also might have been tried out for Kaiju number 6 in the past. It might have been possible that all captains have been tried out for numbered weapon number 6. You gotta think, you would want the strongest at your disposal if you had that on deck. We know that Kaiju number 6 packed a fortitude of 9.6. That's as strong as, that's like what, 2 points under Kafka? I think Kafka and Kaiju number 8 have maxed out at 9.8. I think that's the highest, and we haven't even factored in Kaiju number 9 and his new fortitude, right? So there's a lot of things going on, but this doesn't waver Reno in the slightest, right? He wakes up in the infirmary, and he says, nah, I'm gonna master this, I'm gonna get this. And Jugo's like, you got fire in your eyes, but you know, you're probably gonna die. He's not drunk at this point, he's sober, right? The scientist girl, she took the alcohol from him, he's sober as hell, so he's speaking very clearly at this point. So because Reno is content on using numbered weapon 6, he's not gonna back down from this. Now Jugo, he says, alright, I'm gonna give you a 1-month trial period to see if you're cut out to actually use this weapon. Again, we're flashing back to this 1-month thing. Okay, Kikoru had 1 month in order to surpass all the other like second in commands. Reno now has 1 month to master the strongest of the numbered weapons. Kafka realistically has 1 month to figure out why his body is slowly progressing and taking over his human form and not allowing him to transform back into a human. Now they didn't actually give him a month, but if everybody else has a month, that means that there's 1 month before shit gets real and they go into battle. You can't have Kafka second guessing himself if he'll ever transform back into a human. So realistically, he only has 1 month to figure out what's going on, or he's just going to be straight up disposed, right? It's not a Reno situation where they're going to put the numbered weapon back in the vault. Nah, they're going to dispose of Kafka, essentially neutralizing their strongest weapon, getting rid of a numbered weapon in the process, unless they extract it from him and convert it into a numbered weapon himself. But then again, they might just run into a similar situation where they have nobody compatible for Kaiju number 8, because as of right now, as of this chapter, if I had to rank them in terms of power, it'd probably be Kaiju number 9, Kaiju number 8, then Kaiju number 6, but they're all like right there. It's not a very steep fall off in terms of power when I'm scaling them. So it would be a rumble for sure. The last thing that you want is all 3 of these just being regular kaiju out, just fucking shit up on a small island nation. That's not the best form that you want to take for this. But Jugo, he leaves off on very strong words at the end of the chapter. He says, I'm going to find out for certain whether you're cut out to be the number 6 host, or where number 6's weapon in combat, right? He can't handle the gauntlet. So Jugo actually might pull out his own number weapon in this situation and be like, okay, let's see what you got. Right? Remember what Isayo did to Kafka. This might be a similar situation where Jugo does this to Reno, and you might have an interesting dynamic where Jugo might actually become like the mentor of Reno, right? That's a very sweet sentiment. I like the fact that he is getting his own help. You have the 1st Division captain having Kikoru. You don't have really anybody helping Kafka because he's pretty much set. I guess the scientist people are helping him. But now you have Reno potentially getting help from Jugo, the 4th Division captain, right? So I'd like to see those interesting dynamics play out. I'd like to see what number weapon he have. I'd like to see some more development from him in this regard, especially with Reno. I can't go on talking about Reno in a chapter and not bring up the fact that this might be detrimental if he is in some way a kaiju. If you have been keeping up, there's just been a lot of developments like that throughout manga recently, right? The Red Hood Hunters Guild, you have a situation with that. I speculate that might be happening with Kaiju number 8. And if you've been keeping up with My Hero Academia, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, but yeah, there's a lot of this going around in shonen specifically. So I'm just curious. I'm curious. I want to see how this plays out. I want to see what goes down. But I've rambled on long enough. If you made it to the end, thank you. If you are new, go plus ultra and smash that subscribe button. Let me know you rock with the content that I put out on the channel. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. Comment on the video your thoughts about what you think is going on. Is Jugo going to bust out his own number weapon and help Reno try to gain a foothold into controlling Kaiju number 6's essence when he's just using just the arms, right? It might just be too early for this. You have a month. Give him like, oh well, he has a month anyway. I'm not gonna ramble on. I will keep the videos coming frequently, as infrequent as possible, and I'm out.